That's why I use to hold my pipes in the right position. It don't look like it does anything, but it's very technical the way his arms is made.
Technicular.
Let me tell you something. Why's the camera on the bottom?
Yeah, it just turned out that way.
You ain't got that thing dialed in, son.
It's dialed completely in.
I'll be damned if it wasn't. The damn mic's backwards.
God, dog.
Are you really concerned with it?
Yeah.
I'm not concerned with it at all.
I'm 100% and 12% fucking, 8% concerned. Why are you following your damn
There's
nails?
Lava at the house.
Bro. Cylinder head's burnt in two.
What did you do to a rocking hand?
Put too much nitrous to it.
How much did you put on it for real?
Somewhere between 425, 450. Stock bottom man, NA cam,
But what got hurt?
just a hit.
Hmm.
Wrong cam. So
I'm not sure it can be.
I don't think that's it.
we also didn't verify time on the olive. We put olive.
So what you're saying is
16 degrees total time.
32 degrees of total time.
We was on
16 degrees is pretty steep for.
we was on 16 for what it showed. What it actually was, no telling.
Well, just so you know, I'd probably have it on 10 to start with.
Oh, they had 15.5.
I'm really surprised it didn't break a piston and bend a rock. But,
It was Grant's fault. She talked me into it.
Oh, I didn't. I had no part in that one.
Yeah, basically everybody told me. They said you need more. And in reality, everybody rocking him right there. was
Well, we
slow.
saw the dude roll up with the snapback hat backwards, and we was like, dude,
he said
Send it.
every single person in Rockingham was slow.
The guy that won it didn't even run fives. Everybody was slow.
I think the plan for Rockingham was to go A to B first two rounds
Probably.
and then figure out what you really needed.
He went A to B with a lot of smoke.
it didn't go A to B.
Fire. There was torches. He had two fucking butane torches come outside some bitch.
Like he was gone.
Until it wasn't.
We saw a flame out the bottom. We were like, oh. But
Mm.
it was okay. It
We went
didn't.
into the second round.
It didn't kill.
Hell, it didn't do that to what, 400 foot out?
Oh, it was at
What
the
happened
finish
second
line.
round? I didn't get to watch the second round.
Pop the head guys was about 10 feet out.
Ooh.
What
Second
happened
round?
second round? I didn't get to see it.
We pushed it up there. No, we didn't put no water in it. We left the push rods, everything out. Just decided to let it be what it was.
What do you think? Do you think it run pretty good that fast?
It blew, so we took the head gaskets off. What was it? Thursday night. This Thursday. It sat on the trailer for a month. And we took the head gaskets off. It's finally pulled the car in the shop and took the head gaskets off this Thursday night. And it blew. So when we tore the head gasket down, we tore it down with the impact, with 3/8 drive impact. That's all we had in the pits.
This is a racetrack bullshit. That's what's happening, yeah.
So we bought some $200 Velcro head gaskets from Advanced Auto. Torqued them down with a 3/8 drive impact on whoever knew how much charge it was on. And it actually 60 foot the dude. I still treat him and 60 footer.
And this is on a V6 or is this the
V6, 6 cylinders on a 250, on a 28 jet on 6 cylinders. We was on a 40 jet on 8 cylinders, and about midway out, I guess it blew all the gaskets out of it. So when we poured the head gaskets Thursday night, basically every head gasket was blowing all the way out. I mean, it was rough.
every one of them, all 6 of them?
Well, it was only a 3-layer Velcro.
I was still expecting you to do good. But
So had the guy, not only was he sleeping, but had he messed up a little more, we would have actually beaten him on 6 cylinders. Well, I let out, so as soon as he passed me, I just let out.
If you would have been in that round, I would have been willing to go to the junkyard and get you another motor and some heads, and we would have put it back together.
So the guy I ran first round come back to the pit. He said, hey, what y'all doing all this work for? I said, well, I got about as much money in entry fee as I got my whole entire motor set up. So why not?
Yeah.
Like, we might as well, we might as well just
What was the entry fee?
$300. But then you got between
I didn't know it was that high.
can pin and everything else, you got about $300 more. So we had I personally had about $600 in getting there and paying for my weigh in and everything else. So
I didn't know it was that high for digging out. Wonder what it's going to be this year.
Probably a little bit more.
Well, for the $100,000 race, I'd imagine, yeah, for sure.
Well, I'm assuming
They're
that there's
upping
going to
the
be a
car
lot more
count.
cars.
They're
Is
upping
it
the
going to
car
be
count.
200 or 300? Because I heard 300 last night, but God, that's a lot of cars.
I was 64 cars last time, wasn't it?
No, it was 100.
No, it was
118.
It was
100. No,
120.
a couple of them went
It
missing.
was 127. One of them backed out, and somebody was fighting for the last spot. It was 128 is what the.
Well, I thought it was 118 cars that actually went down the track.
107, I believe.
Maybe
cars
100.
So, well, that's good.
actually started the race.
Yeah. But the 100,
Still a lot of
the
cars.
100,000 should be like, I would imagine 200, 300 cars.
Ty Kelly gonna be out there on small cars.
Ain't no way he come out there on small tires.
I'm telling you, when the payout goes that high, there's going to be people coming out of the woodwork just waiting to damn.
Hell, for $100,000, that Bronco back there gonna be on a small tire.
Somebody with a big name and a big budget that y'all don't know right now is working on their shit,
Well,
putting it down the street right now.
When we went to No Mercy in 2020, it was Kai Kelly's first time on a small tire, running Pro 275 class.
Yeah, well, all the street outlaw guys have tried that. All the big street outlaw guys. Chief,
Small tire on a no trail.
Chief tried that and knocked all his fucking main bearings out like 10 times in a row. And then Sean tried that shit and Willie, like half track.
Well, we were there for that. We lights out 7. Yeah. And
We
Big
were
Chief
the
did,
whole track,
yeah.
Woo, woo, woo.
Well, Sean did good in Murder Nova, and I lost money on betting against him, and Big Chief didn't qualify Radio vs. World on their debut.
Radio versus World takes a bunch of
Yeah.
fucking power.
But it was
Like,
also
it's
the
tough.
debut of the Crow Mile in the season. But I think he qualified after that race.
Mm.
But that was a good time.
I can imagine the amount of power it takes to run Radio versus World. I've done a calculation on what the cars weigh and everything. It's just over 5,000 horsepower, but
That's it.
and that's with mile an hours though. So that's not even getting in the 0.860 foot, which is what it takes to actually run that number. So yeah, they're probably making like 6,000 just to get to mile an hour, right?
That's insane.
We
Well,
can do it.
me being
No,
retarded.
I can't afford to do it. If anybody's out there that's got the budget to do that, please let me know and we will do that.
We can do it.
But I ain't got the budget to do that shit.
That's nuts.
0.8.
I would love to.
2,600 pounds. What that weigh?
No. The turbo combination's got to weigh 3,100.
And Stevie Fast is
Yeah.
a lot
The
heavier
minimum
than
for
you
nitrous
think he
combination
is.
is what, 26?
Yeah, I think Stevie
I
Fast
just feel
like.
like a 400-pound breaker.
Yeah.
I think Stevie's still like 2950.
He's a lot. He's heavier than you
Yeah.
think. Because we thought
2950.
Now they gave it
Without him in it.
the last race. Kevin was getting Jared Wood's car ready, and they were talking shit about they had to add 150 pounds, which would get them up to like 35, 80 or something like that. So maybe they were like 34, 50 or 33, 80 or I don't know. I don't remember, but it was like in the mid 3,300 range that the turbo cars had to weigh. And then they were giving a bunch of brakes to the nitrous cars to help them get in there to actually compete. And that's when Marcus Burke went out there and done all the bullshit that he done. Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah.
that's mostly the same thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, and then after that race, Marcus Burke ended up at the same Waffle House me and London were eating at after the race.
That was like right in front of us too.
He come walking in there and nobody there knew who he was, and I'm like, it's Marcus Burke.
Yeah.
I want to go talk to him, but I didn't bother him. He had a rough day.
I was perhaps.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to let him sit down and have his hash browns and be good.
Yeah. A little bit of gravy on top.
Didn't
Yeah, I
know
love
an
him.
airborne.
Yeah, he had done went airborne.
That thing
had
said-
his back broke that day. Got out of the car and was walking around.
I could have walked under that thing. It went so high.
That thing went up and I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
You know, like that shit was.
In Orlando, they still racing though.
Yeah.
They don't take them back together.
Well, yeah, tainted blood. Yeah.
Well, I don't think he made another hit after
didn't
that.
make
He
another
didn't
hit.
make another hit.
No, I had a text message conversation with him after the fact, and he said that no, they just put it back together to push it to the line to
Yeah.
make somebody else pay punk out money.
Hey,
So,
well, just grew
but either way, it looked like it was back together.
Yeah.
I would love to
I
get
was
an
walking through the
interview.
pits, and I was like, that son of a bitch is ready to race again. They just wrecked it yesterday.
I would love to get an interview of him of the rundown of his past, what he felt in the driver's seat.
Yeah.
After that thing settled down and he was coasting through the shutdown, I'd like to know what the fuck was going on in his head.
He's agreed to come on the show, so
Yeah.
we'll get him.
That shit was wild.
Like he didn't go so high. He just went far. It was so
Yes.
far.
The thing came up at what, 300 foot,
It was like
250
half
foot?
track.
It was it was like 250, yeah, 300 foot,
I mean,
and it
that
just
thing came-
forever
it-
just broke the parachute.
It started
forever.
coming up after like, I guess 70, 100 foot, and then it was just off the ground at 200. It was just like, you know, like shit, son. I'd be like, well, it ain't mine.
Somebody else is gonna pay for this, not
Yeah.
me.
How do
I just
you,
hope I get out.
How do you gather yourself while you're in the air?
You don't, you just hope for the best.
That's
There's nothing,
wrong.
there's
That's-
nothing you can do.
Batted.
Frankie, if
What?
you're out there, we want you on the show, and we're gonna ask you how do you gather yourself
Yeah,
after
how
that.
do you
That
gather
thing,
in the air for that long? Like you're in the air like this. Please just go down somewhere I know.
you've been driving down the road, you go over a little hump and it takes your stomach. Imagine that at a fucking 130 mile an hour, you're sitting there like,
And you're a solid 20 feet off the
yeah,
ground.
and then,
Ooh.
bam, right back on the ground. You're like, I bet you the biggest surprise of that run was when he was able to steer that thing going down through the shutdown
Yeah.
when it finally landed. He was like, we still working.
That's
So,
nuts. I mean, kind of like how Marcus Burt, when he went airborne and it landed on the track and he straightened it up, you know, whatever. It didn't tear it up more than it did, but still, that's crazy.
wild.
I couldn't imagine going airborne.
I couldn't either.
It's got to mess with suspension.
what?
As much as you don't think it does.
It took both front strut tires and shoved them out the hood. Like, yeah,
It's fine, like
It's tweaked.
They drive out there on video like it ain't nothing, but like car wise, it is messed up.
No, I saw Frankie's car sitting in the pits and the front tires were like this. Like, I was like, I'm gonna race that thing?
You look on the live feed, it look like it's nothing, but you go look in the pits.
Yeah.
That
No,
joker-
that's tore up.
that joker's messed up.
None of that stuff is made to take any kind of like front to back or up or down. All of it's made to take just going straight and
Yeah.
being gentle on the front
It's
end.
gotta
The whole
work
front
on
end
the
of the
track.
cars are not made to take any kind of stress whatsoever. So, so anytime anything like that happens, some shit is tore up.
That was quick. He went up quick.
And it was up there for a while.
Yeah.
That's a long fucking time.
That car's fast. Even
That
walking
car
in
is
with
really
Ghostbusters.
fast. That car is really fast. Ghostbusters bad, but that Tainted Blood and that Paper Money, those two cars, get down.
Mm.
Hmm.
I don't know if he got the shit fixed. He may be at Jamie's race in Orangeburg this weekend.
You think so?
Maybe. There's gonna be a lot of big names there.
Well, shit, if he's gonna be there, you think he'll run it back?
Mm.
Trigger Man was driving, wasn't
Yeah.
he? He's driving Ghostbusters?
Yeah. He's driving Tim Huddleston's green Mustang. Yeah.
We have a new entry. Who's that?
Oh, that's my dad.
Hey!
But, so yeah, we are going to Orangeburg this weekend. Who we got locked in? Cardi B.
Yep.
That's it so far.
He can get ran slammed the
I
fuck
think
over.
Ben Harris at A1 is trying to lock in a heads up race with us.
Still trying to figure out the stipulations on that race.
I'd really like to see that happen.
The talk on the interwebs, if you go on Bama Burnout, is our race
I don't
with.
even want to talk about that.
You don't want to talk about it? Well, I'll fucking talk about it.
I mean, Malcolm's story
It's
is
Malcolm, right?
about- yeah, like
So we came up with what he said was 5 different races, which we've accepted on different stipulations. And as soon as they go public, he said, "Oh, I'm not gonna race because he's scared of that little wagon back there. I don't know if you guys can see it. You see that thing right there with that steel hood on it and all the bench seats? He don't want none of that son of a bitch. He just ain't gonna fucking line it up.
No, I think Terrell offered him the back tire with one car, the back tire with another car. Yeah, he changed cars in the middle of the conversation. Like, we had agreed to a single race with the back tire with the white car, and then he changed up and done the blue car, and we don't get to race on Friday night, we only get to race on Saturday night, and then on Saturday, we don't get any test passes in, so it's basically off the trailer, and blah, 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 and we were planning on going down there and racing 2 or 3 cars, Friday and Saturday, and we agreed to all of that, like, okay, cool, we'll do it, and then he gets on Facebook and it's like, no,
So
that's not what I said.
Is it him himself that is a little Duke, or is it the white car that's a little Duke?
The white car is a little Duke, and then the blue car is something else. I don't remember what they call it, but we agreed to race both of them, and he backed out of both of those races on Facebook in person. So I don't know
Whatever
what
that
is.
shit would be about.
Grudge race.
Backing up.
Daggum grudge racers.
Fucking bitches. It ain't even grudge racing, it's bitches. And it's what ruins grudge racing. I'm gonna say it as it is. I don't give a
Everybody
shit.
wants to walk around beating their chest like they got fast cars, and then when it comes time to race, everybody wants to ask for something. And then when you don't agree to that race, they call you the chicken. Tell me how that makes any sense. You
You know what I mean?
asked me for a spot. You asked me for a spot, and then call me the chicken whenever you don't want to lock in. Okay. Whatever.
Fuck it.
It's bracket racing.
But we're still going down.
Now that thing in a 7-0, let it ride.
Everybody's
Bracket
looking
racing.
for a
Car in the
everybody's
head
looking
is
for a
bracket racing.
everybody's looking for a dub. Everybody's looking for something easy to outrun, and we are not going to be that person. So
As soon as they want to start a conversation, all I hear is quack, 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 quackety quack. Motherfuckers don't want to run shit.
Anybody asks for a car ought to go in at 100,000.
we're still gonna go to Alabama. We're gonna go to Steele, Alabama on May 15th. Chris Kenny was already going down there. They got a couple races locked in, and I like Chris. We've raced with him for several years with Night Train, and so I asked him if we could follow them around this year a little bit and do some grudge racing, and they said yeah. So we will be in Steele, Alabama on the 15th, and then sometime in March we're supposed to go to Texas.
Yeah.
I don't remember when that's supposed to be, but I wanted to get Andy Reynolds. He's got his car for sale.
That's that red wagon, Pro Charge. Is it a traditional small block?
It is a traditional small block Chevrolet, blow through carburetor. But he's got the car up for sale, trying to find another car to put his power plant in. So apparently he has struggled getting a wagon to work too.
Wagons are terrible. I do not suggest you trying to get it to work out. For one thing, you can't get a race. Second thing, it don't work.
And then once you get it to work, nobody wants to race.
Yeah, like, this is bullshit.
So.
Ain't nothing wrong with a wagon.
But,
Oh yeah, you got a Volvo wagon too.
back to Eric Tyler on Dig or Die this year at, where is it, Rockingham that we're doing a $100,000 race at?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, sir. So, what are we looking for updates?
Are you going or not going?
What's happening? We're gonna drive it there or what?
I'll probably drive it to the track.
Alright.
It is a streetcar race, right? Isn't this a streetcar event?
Street car. We're gonna roll up and we're gonna have my McDouble in the McDonald's bag.
We might as well just drive it if it's a streetcar event.
Yeah. If you don't drive it, then you're fucking trash.
We're
Let's
running
go,
on
my bad.
93 octane. Why not?
93. That's good for about 450 horsepower.
Well, the same stock truck motor bottom end. Some LS3 heads, maybe.
Previously
Yeah.
torched.
No, we'll buy some new heads. We'll let the torch ones go their way.
If y'all don't know
We're doing a podcast, Dad. If you want to be in the video.
If y'all don't know what torched means to a head, that's where a little hole goes through the head, and it does a little thing like this, and it goes through the cylinder head out the side of it like that. And it just fucking
Both
all the
sides.
combustion pressure comes out the side of it. A little
Both
fire.
sides. Number 3 and number 6.
Both of them was doing that. That's what you seen on the flame. You probably seen on
Number 3 and 5. Actually.
somebody who was that spool video of Corey Stamper that had a video of it.
Yes, ma'am.
Fire coming out the side of it.
Yeah, like,
Wow.
speaking of that, Justin Stanley is going to be with us in Orangeburg this coming weekend. Taking pictures of everybody. So if you want some pictures of your ride, Justin's probably going to get them. Just let him know, and you can buy some pictures from him. But I'm pretty excited about that. I've always wanted some pictures of us like in the pits, just kind of hanging out, and nobody's ever done that. And I want some pictures of the car on the return road, and nobody's ever done that either. So I hired Justin to come down there with us, and I told him whatever money we make on the side is whatever. So
Nice 10 by 20 by 30 hanging in the shop.
I would love to have that. If I can get this thing on the back tires like 400 feet, and he can get a snapshot of it, there'll be a poster like right there, like covering the whole wall.
Speaking of paid production, we are not sponsored by Modelo, but if you would like to give us a little bit of money to help with racing, we would love to do some advertisement for Modelo. So,
Since we were out.
yes, I have ran out of
We are.
Modelo. So if anybody's nearby and they want to bring us a Modelo, that is also good.
What else we got going on this year? Just road racing.
Boston no preparation.
Yeah, we are building a couple of no-prep cars, so that'll be fun.
There's a little blue S10 with a 4.3 that's coming to you.
We're going to take in Eric's car this year, hopefully. If he'll ever let me have it.
And it finally runs 7 O's in the street. So
It's
our
very
goal.
slow, very slow.
Yeah, it's been running 780s.
$500 all it takes to get up beside it. You can find out how slow it is.
$500.
$500. See what it's like to run 7 of those on the street.
It is
Right,
$525
right
including
here.
tax.
Had to go take a look. Break the seal.
It's gonna be leaking for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And it had 280 in the truck, both
Yep.
on the no prep scene.
Truck's probably gonna run 1080s in the street.
Volvo would walk over all of them
Mm.
on accident.
I'll run mine slam in the back of that thing. I hope you got insurance.
You ain't got fast run in the back of it.
Run, I'll catch you on the trailer. Speaking of getting ran into in the trailer, Adrian Whitson.
last year going to a cash day.
Getting ran over on the trailer.
Were you in the truck with him?
No, I wasn't there.
Isaac was in the truck with him.
Yeah. I got rowdy quick.
Somebody with no insurance rear-ended him on the highway.
Didn't he win that race? Or something? I can't remember the
No, he
details.
went a few rounds. He didn't win. No, I think Patches ended up winning that race.
He didn't get hit on the trailer.
No, he didn't.
Rocking in?
No, it was in the street in Charlotte.
Oh,
Is that one of Clinton's deals?
Kevin Kelly. Kevin Kelly set that up.
Did it?
Yep. Yep, New Street they got also.
What's his name? Vincent. I thought Vincent was part of that.
I can't remember. That's so long ago.
Yeah.
Shit.
Vincent Dombrowski.
Did who?
I like Vincent. I like his car too.
What's
I
he
think
got?
it's pretty cool. He's got this little stock bottom end, 5.3 nitrous Fox body. It runs pretty good.
The blue?
480.
Oh, that's the one we put a cage in and stuff.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
fix the cage.
Did he
that was
do
in it.
Mike's race
Yeah.
this past
I
week?
don't know if he did or not.
I haven't seen him in a while. Miss you, buddy.
Yeah, he just come out for a little while.
Ooh, you better look at the list. It's not supposed to be available.
I don't know if he did it or not.
People not supposed to know about
Yeah.
that.
Don't tell nobody.
Nobody's supposed to know about this.
I mean, I ain't got no list, but I thought I saw that last name. I could be wrong. Either way.
It was a good little 2 rounds.
Yeah, it would have been good if they would have went the whole way. Patches, you know, the all-wheel drive Sierra that won Big Tire and Digger Dive was there.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
Glad I didn't enter.
yeah. Clint Nichols and the King Turtle was there. They went 2 runs, and that was it. Cop showed up, busted it up, and there it was.
Cops have been really cool with street racing now. They didn't give any tickets.
Long
No,
as
they
they
were
didn't
just
give
like,
no
hey,
tickets.
get out.
That's
of
only
here.
as long as it's an organized event in a safe area. So you don't
They
usually
don't-
get
they
any
don't mess
issues.
with it
Now,
too
if you're trying to run somebody 1v1 at a stoplight, you're probably going to fucking jail. So,
No pedestrians.
yeah. Well, if you do, take them all out. But,
I will say that I've seen some street races here lately on Facebook where pedestrians are standing past the 60 foot. That should really not happen. Like
Yeah.
anything can happen after 60 foot. All the power comes into those cars. They get crazy. Like please do not let pedestrians stand after the 60 foot.
Now, which,
Based on no prep street.
granted, at the Rockingham Digger Die, the Thursday, that night cash days and whatnot, I was probably about 20 foot out from the start line.
Oh, that's
Now,
fine.
when I saw videos, when I see myself through Billy the Kid's video, I'm like, man, that was kind of stupid.
Yeah, you probably don't need to be
Of
there.
me staying out that far, I'm like, and I can see myself in that video. I'm like, man, that was kind of dumb. But either way, it was fun. And
Yeah,
it was a
you'll
good
run
time.
into
That's
some
still
shit
20 foot
boxes.
though. It's not 60 foot. The
Yeah.
car doesn't have a whole lot of mile an hour or anything. But
Mhm.
You can still get hit with an alternator or some shit. You never
Yeah.
know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shit's always flying on.
I had actually stopped one with my foot at Shady Side. An alternator has come off, got under the car, the rear tire spit it out, and I caught it before it got into the crowd behind me with my foot.
A whole alternator.
A whole
ass
alternator. Yep. And it spit it. It was moving too. Like when I caught it, I felt it. Like it hurt my
40
foot.
to 50 mile an hour.
It's probably going faster than that. Like when I caught it, I was like, oh god,
About
it's
to
gonna
say, how
hurt
bad did
tomorrow.
that
And it
hurt?
did. It bruised my foot. Like it's.
The truck alternator. God dang.
It was. It was a solid like that
4
was old school
pin.
GM one wire
Truck
alternator.
alternator.
Yeah. Get you some.
But same thing as on the wagon. Truck alternator.
Fuck around and catch a drive shaft in the neck.
That way.
Yeah. No.
Oh, off of that one.
No. It didn't come off of that one. I'm saying it's got a truck alternator on it.
Oh, okay.
Stop.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah, it's stock.
None of that
Stock.
fucking 16 volt pro mod shit y'all be
Stock
running.
water pump.
Vouch for that.
Yep.
Solid.
I seen it.
317 heads. Stock damn. Whatever it is.
I don't know what that means.
Dipstick tube. It's a dipstick tube.
Yeah, you got one of them damn, stocks. If you ain't got one of them, you can't run
Still
it.
got rubber bushings in the suspension.
A lot of you guys probably fucking seen that. The bushings. So we would change it, but
Stop.
we're gonna let it break.
Stock 9-inch.
So Pro Nitrous is going to stay nitrous.
That's it?
We in a recession this year.
We are in a recession. I am.
So, deal was turbo methanol.
Yeah,
So?
but I'm really worried about what the country's going to do this year. So
But,
we
we're
got to
gonna
wait
leave
on
the
that.
whole entire setup the same. Put a bottom end under it. Let it ride.
Let it-
I believe if the bottom end hadn't blowed out, there ain't much people that could have caught one on the street last year. On any street. I'm not talking about track racing. I'm talking about pull
In
up
the
on the
street.
street, unload your trailer, no burnout, let off the trans brake and run it.
So that's
Not,
no
not you
burnout.
take 45 minutes to prep your whole street and throw me 300 lines of stipulations about what you want to run.
So what that means is we're not lighting a 60 foot on fucking fire and prepping the track at 98 degrees.
I'm talking about pull up, take your car off the trailer, and let it off the trans
You know,
brake.
The
Adrian,
street is the street.
No
Adrian believes in the same stuff. Adrian Whitson, he told me if you have to do anything but a water burnout, then you don't have your car set up right. And every single time I've ever seen him run, he's been extremely, extremely fast. And
In fact, a prep burnout messed me up. I would rather do no burnout.
And that's the thing we need to get back to as far as the street. We're getting a lot of these pro mods and these guys that watch Street Outlaws and shit like that. And they're thinking all this shit's gonna take prep and all this shit. Let's get back to running on the street and racing the road. Not racing what prep you got, not trying to figure out what we can do to the surface. Actually racing a car
We-
in the street.
We call it no prep racing, but really it should be called racing. Every other type of racing should be called prep racing.
yeah, I understand that. Yeah, I get that.
This is actual racing. We're not no prep racing. Y'all are prep racing.
But
We're
if you,
just actually racing.
if you go to
There's been
some
a
of
lot
these,
of conversations about that this year too, about how much money they got to spend on glue. And
If y'all
Yeah.
gotta be
things to
glued and
the
you
track
gotta let
and-
spectators look at it for 45 minutes before you make it pass, Y'all are prep
Somebody-
racing, and we're just regular
Somebody
racing.
But
wrote
if
a big
you go-
article. Did you see that article?
No.
That
Learn how
some
to
guy
set your
wrote,
stuff
and
up.
he's like, you know, the days of rotators and all that stuff's over for the fans to have to wait an hour to see two passes.
That was on
Then you gotta
drag.
drag the track again.
Drags in or
Yeah, I
something.
think so.
And then you go to a track for some no prep racing, and then was it Big Chief and Sean that was talking about it, where they go and no prep the fuck out of the track for 45 minutes. they unprep it with prepping, you know, they prep the
I've seen
unprep.
it
They
happen.
prep the no prep.
Yeah, they unprep the fuck out of it is what it's called.
Man, we went to Cityside about 3 years ago, and they ground the track, and holy crap, man. They actually polished it smooth, and that is the worst 100 feet I've ever dealt with in my life. I'd rather just race on the bare road. I mean, it was like slick tabletop. Like, it was crazy. But then after 100 feet, you can just put whatever you wanted into it. So,
I don't think you should touch
Three
the track
rounds
at
later,
all.
and it's a prep track again.
no, it never got that way. They had ground it so smooth that it didn't take any of the rubber or any of the glue. Like, it was just a slick surface the whole day.
There was a rubber
Everybody had
dust.
to fight that 60 foot, and then after that you put whatever you wanted to in it, but that was a wild race.
The back end.
Back in
The
the
what?
racing's
The
awesome.
back end tracks are more.
Just nothing.
Scraping the track. If they scrape the track, I'm putting power in it.
Well, that's becoming a thing now.
Like from where I'm at on the street, if they scrape the track, I'm leaving on 1,000 more RPM for that race. If they have a back end race, we'll reconfigure our setup.
So how would you compare when you did the no prep at Shady Side on regular side versus Union backside? Like surface wise.
The no prep on Shady side is not a no prep. That is a,
Hell no, I can't
we
do
just
that.
accidentally forgot to prep the track.
Ain't no way we get the weight to transition that.
Yeah, we done that 4
Very
years ago.
different.
4 years ago, we done that
Like
same
that.
thing, and we
I
won
can't
first
do it.
round, and then second round, there.
Higher
I
I
still
get,
got a
the better
picture
I
somewhere on
stack
Facebook, and Basney's car's on the back tires, and another guy's car's on the back tires. And we're on radios. We're on 275 radios, and the car's left on the back tires. Like,
Yeah. I underestimated that race so much. I put weight in the back, took air pressure down. I could have put no weight in the back, bumped air pressure up, bumped power up, left on whatever I wanted to leave on, and still been fine. I had it so conservative it wouldn't even hardly make a pass because I thought it was going to be so bad. And it was perfect. I could have. 2 passes later, I run against Joe, put everything it had in it, and it went down there just fine. Put more pressure, took all the weight out of the car, left on 1,000 more RPM, and it left like nothing ever happened.
Damn, a whole 1,000.
a whole band. We put a whole band.
Whole
in there.
band of them, okay. Shit fire.
Bigger die, do the same thing. I won't have no weight. 0 pounds in the car this year.
Hell, this year, I mean, you got to admit, I mean, there's gonna be a lot of cars that come out after about, I guess, 3rd round. I mean, it's just gonna be a perfect surface. Ain't no way around it.
Forrest Stamper run a small tire first,
His at Darlington.
big tire second.
That thaw out.
Change things up. What do you think big tire run?
Oh, we can't be calling the times in here.
Yeah, can't see no numbers.
You think they run faster than a small tire?
I don't think so.
No.
I do not think any big tire no prep event, any of the big tire guys are going to run faster than a small tire.
I say there's
Fast
probably
guys
at
do at the
least,
end of the day. It's not going to happen.
in a big event, I think there's 2 or 3 guys that's probably really putting down some numbers, the big tires.
There may be in a big event, but as far as like the events that have been happening around here, I really think the small tire guys put in more time and effort into getting their stuff to go down the track. And then at the end of the day, I think they are faster than the big tire
A
guys.
small tire run real fast, so a big tire run first. But a small tire run first.
I mean, it's gonna weed
According to
out some
what
guys.
you think different, but according to what I felt at Rockingham, I think the small tire guys will be faster on an unprepped surface before they get there.
I think we'll be faster if people don't pour all their crappy prep down
Yeah, maybe.
before we get up to So when 30 people pour their best mixture they got down there on the track, and
I think it makes it slick.
right, it turns it into nothing but a straight up slick glue surface
Yep.
that doesn't hook up. Then when you get up there, it doesn't matter if you do a burnout or not. You rolling on the leftover crap from their
Yeah,
what they left behind.
I agree with that.
You might as well not even do a burnout. Like I did second round, just pull up and hit it. My car dead hooked on second round
A lot of people,
versus first round.
a lot of people cut their glue with MEK, and then if you watch what MEK does to asphalt, it eats it all away. It turns it to a gummy, slick, whatever. And I think that's what happened to Rocky Mountain.
It works when a couple cars do it. It doesn't work when 128 cars do it.
There's a lot of fucking cars down there.
It's gonna be more this year, and I kind of want to be a part of it, but
Especially on the $100,000 race.
it is $100,000. Like,
Well, we're bringing what? 3, 2, 4, 5, 8 cars?
3, 2, 4, 5, 8.
Yeah, that's about.
What phone number is that?
What's that song?
675-309.
That's it. That's how many we bringing. I don't give a fuck. We're all gonna be knocked out round one.
No, easy to go around two.
You go around too.
Oh, I'm saying the rest of y'all. I'm gonna make it fun.
I made it to round two on accident. You can definitely make
Oh, you bastards! Look what you did. Mm.
Anyway, I'm ready for Orangeburg.
Either I'm gonna win or run that thing into the wall.
I wonder if E-Dub will be in Orangeburg this weekend.
Oh, E-Dub don't want no part in this.
I would like to run E-Dub.
I don't think he wants to run us. It takes 2 to tango.
He said something about
It's a 4-door Fairmont.
It's a 4-door Fairmont.
Burgundy primer deal.
He says it's a small block 1 kit, but I don't
Big block
know.
8 kit.
They probably we've dealt with that before.
Yeah.
But you went and talked to him in Orlando.
7
I didn't-
times. I went to talk to him 7 times.
I didn't talk to him.
I talked to him
What did he
all
say in Orlando?
We was just struggling to get the thing locked in, and I told him that we're ready, whatever you want to do it for. And he's like, oh, well, let's talk about it. Let me look at the car or whatever. I told him, come on down. He's like, well, tell everybody to come up here. I was like, well, what do we need to come up here for? I'm telling you what we need to do. Let's go ahead and get it locked in. And by the time we had to, trying to get to a damn end point on the conversation, he done knocked the head gaskets out of the thing, or so he says, or whatever. And it was the end of the trip for
Did he
Orlando.
do that on Friday? It had to have been on Friday. Because he said,
I think it was Saturday night.
he said something about, well, maybe it was Saturday night, but he said something to me about he was ready to go the next day, but he didn't get to talk to us or something. So maybe they'll be ready for Orangeburg this coming weekend if they come.
And the same thing with Runts. I'm gonna say this, and I don't give a fuck who hears it. Runts talked all this shit about running us back. Yeah, he took a little bit of money from us. We got caught slipping. So we catch him in Florida, as we already had the race locked in. He paid punk out. He didn't even want to pay the whole punk out. I was there for the whole conversation. He was like, I'm gonna give you 300, 400. No, the punk out's 500. We ain't got time for all that. And then some rumor has it, I didn't see no video or any proof, that he ran later on after we left Sunday. He didn't want to run a Sunday and all this jibber jabber. Didn't pull the car off the
He
trailer.
said the car was hurt.
Car wasn't hurt. I heard plenty of people say that he pulled the car off the trailer and trying to lock in
Was
the race
trying
after
to
we
get
left.
somebody locked in, yeah.
That shit really gets on my nerves. Don't lock in something you can't handle. And so if he's in Orangeburg, he can get it. And I don't give a fuck what he wants or how much money he wants. But we'll make sure it's according to what we need to do. And he can get it. But for somebody to back out of a race like that, acting all scared, and saying their car hurt, and then go race after we leave, it's some bullshit. But that's all I got to say about that.
So we got Cardi B and Ben Harris. And what's Ben Harris's car name?
Yeah.
It's not Junkie. We run Junkie in
Dope
Orlando. Dope Fiend.
Dope Fiend, that's it.
Yeah, we're supposed to get Dope Fiend this weekend.
What does he want from us?
Nothing. He said heads up.
We're gonna run the heads up.
He was, well,
He offered the back tire.
he
at
offered
first.
us the back tire. And then he saw us running Orlando and he backed up and said, ask us to give him the back tire. And then we were like, no. So earlier today, he told me we'll do a heads up, but I'm gonna let Terrell and him handle that because if he's already offered a back tire, there's no use in. Terrell's not gonna give him heads up probably, but whatever. You can't just go around spouting off at the mouth and then.
He ran faster than I can, and my foot race is backwards on that shit.
So yeah, once again, if any of y'all got anybody that you think can foot race and is fast, let me know while we're in Orangeburg this weekend, and Cameron here will take care of them.
And I'll do it.
For whatever
I'll
amount
do
of
it
money
while
y'all
smoking
want
my
to do.
Marlboro. Y'all don't even want to know about it. Ain't nobody want these feet.
Light it with the brake.
Hold on.
No, don't do it, Cam. You gonna get hurt.
Let me tell you something.
Ooh,
Ain't nobody want none of them's.
He brought out the Pumas.
Them things there stay in the shop. Because you know why? I gotta tune them up. They stay tuned up.
Let me watch these sides. Wait, let me
No, don't run up, don't run up the
Look,
prep.
the nose is peeling off.
No, that's
Glue
the
that
prep.
back down.
That's the
Glue that
prep.
back down.
That's the prep. If you see them red motherfuckers running around, catch me outside. We'll run that 60 foot for whatever you want. Head up. Ain't nobody getting 5 steps, 4 steps, 2 steps to hit, to break, nothing. Run it up. Bring the money and cut up. That's all I can say about that. Let's go and get this thing off tape before they get tuned down.
Terrell better not be walking up in any of our conversations like, I got 1,000. He screwed me up last
I
time.
think it was some dude that was supposed to play for what, the Miami Dolphins or some shit. I don't know, some big fucking black Hercules looking motherfucker. I don't know who the fuck he was.
They come out there with their shirts off.
I'm 18 fucking Michelob's
It's
deep.
40 degrees outside. We in Orlando in the staging lane.
I see
These
that.
guys come out with their shirts off,
Saw that.
ready to race. All swole, whatever. And I'm like, hey, I got $100 on my boy.
So, okay.
I done ran 6 races before we locked that one in.
He just
With
finished,
some goddamn
he just finished
athlete.
his 27th beer and put down a cigarette and outrun that man by like 10,
Well, I guess we can.
10 body lengths.
Everybody was talking. They got real quiet when money got involved. Real
They
quiet.
did. Everybody started looking weird.
It don't make me no difference. They paid my house payment. Just for my feet.
Live with me.
They still got paid.
Y'all out.
Yeah. We got some work to do.
We're gonna have a lot of no prep and some grudge race action coming to you.
We're gonna do some traveling with grudge racing this year too. So, if any of you know anybody that's your track favorite and you think they're fast, please hit us up. We will be glad to come take care of that problem.
We'll shut that shit down.
On the no prep
Just
too.
please don't shoot us.
No prep, we'll run that shit too. It make me no difference. Yeah, y'all in the highway too? Hit us up. If your car got 4 wheels on it, hit us up.
Or 2 feet. Or 2 feet.
2 feet. Oh, if you got 9 toes at least, hit me up.
Went there.
I don't even know how to stop this thing.